Hey guys, Igor here, and today finally I have decided to record another, well, I would say updated um, modeling tutorial in Houdini, because the last one I did a robot. I removed that tutorial because it um, well, it wasn't that good. It really didn't show what I wanted to show. So today I wanted to model something similar, not this. This is a bit more advanced, but just for the sake of demonstrating what is possible, I simply loaded this model to show you a little bit um, how how this can look if one knows well, how to model in Houdini. So first thing first, there is a issue with modeling, of course, in Houdini, but not because of the lack of the features. Even the workflow isn't the problem if one knows how to set it up properly. So really what's the problem is this default environment, which is basically non-existent for modeling. So what I did, I simply had to find a way to make modeling good enough that a modeler can say, okay, I have a flow, I have speed, etc., etc. So at this point, I believe, and you will be the judge, that I did arrived to this point, and in this tutorial, I tend to show you, to demonstrate. So this will be not like really teachable, let's say, tutorial, but it's more like demonstration, like with the previous tutorial, just so you guys can see what's possible and how. And then if you guys are interested, please like, make a comment, and then as usual, that's not normal drill on YouTube. This is how I will know that there is more people interested, and then for me as motivating thing, I will then simply continue recording in this fashion. So first, I just want to show you guys how my environment looks. So if I will share this link, so this is my modeling sheet that I made, and then here you can see some of the work. So this is not all. Let's just say I chose worthy models to show with some not so great renders. I'm not a rendering guy, and yeah, I didn't take too much effort to make really great renders. But with some models, there are definitely some good renders too. This is all Houdini. Exceptions are, for example, with this model, which we are going to do today, this is grayscale gorilla textures. So the biggest problem, and here, of course, if you come to this page, you can simply download and install. It's like 5 minutes less to install this environment. What's actually different than from, let's say, vanilla or default Houdini is the fact that I have really took time to try and make things logical as possible, easy to understand, let's say, maybe. Or for example, if you see here on the left, we have shortcuts for some SOPs or tools, which by my logic are used the most when you're modeling. And here you can see where those are positioned, those shortcuts, right? So that should be helpful, because in modeling, we really want to have flow, and we really want to make sure that our left hand, if you are using left hand for keyboard, that it really sticks to one place instead of going all over the keyboard, because like that, you will just get tired very fast. And then on the right side, here we have all the all other SOPs or tools on radial menu. And then here we have like snapping radial menu, and then UV textures radial menu. And yeah, some more which are really not, let's say, modeling related, but I will show you how I use this if I don't forget. And then this is only, let's say, it's not an add-on. I just created it myself because, and I call it navigation radial menu because I can really jump from, for example, object context to LOPS or Solaris pretty quickly, and then going up and down levels of geometry containers, and that really helps me. Here you can find all other shortcuts with selection, some viewport shortcuts. Of course, big part of all of this is construction plane, and then transform handles. Yeah, there is a lot of features that you don't know about, and I think one of these features are definitely construction plane. There is a lot to it, but you never see people using it. And then there is a very simplistic layout that doesn't hurt your eyes when you enter Houdini, and that's really good when you're actually modeling, because everything that's really not needed doesn't really bother your eyes, so you don't get that tired. So yeah, you can check all these models, but the one we are going to do today, and which you are be able to go to the Houdini Hangout channel. So this is Peter. We did a little collab. Basically, I created this robot and then he rigged it. So if you guys, with KineFX, so if you guys interested in seeing that, please go to his YouTube channel, Houdini Hangout. Like, there are really great videos there. Don't get fooled by these views, because Peter pretty much only streaming, and that's why these are so long, but there is so much info there that you will be crazy not at least give it a try and look and see what's there, because there is plenty of it. So yeah, so we're gonna do this. So let's jump into Houdini. Okay, so let me create a new scene. Control N, bring back my grid. And first thing I want to do is basically just add a reference image like this. And let's load our model, which will be this. And I'll just bring it somewhere here, maybe like this, because I just want to make sure that I have this as a reference in my viewport, so that I don't have to jump. So to prevent selection, I will just click here, and now I cannot actually select this. Now you could already notice that I'm actually using a list here and not this UI, because if you saw my previous model, there is plenty of different geometry containers or objects. And when you also discover that there are some shortcuts that can do something like this with the UI, then yeah, things become so much more readable by using this list instead of our usual UI. And that's also Shift T. Okay, so let's start with the modeling. Okay, so it really there are really no rules how one should start with modeling. Again, this is not per se a modeling tutorial, so it's a more of demonstration. How would I approach this, and demonstration also of workflow, the logic, etc. So don't expect me to teach you how to model. Expect me to show you how you model, or how you can model in Houdini ways. So let's start with the tube. So I'll start with the middle part, like this. Oops. And let's make it a bit smaller, something like that. Let's make a cap. We have 32 columns, that's enough. Here, so let's extrude inner, and then let's collapse. Now let's bevel these points, and then do this. And now select that, so we can bridge. Boom. Now the cool part is we can go back and as you may notice, we can change the well the size of this hole, and then I can also go to the top and then do something like this. As you can see, we have that. Now, again, you will notice that actually I am going through this network with the shortcut, okay, which is page up, page down, and then home and end on your keyboard. But in my case, I'm using mouse, so I binded these keyboard shortcut on my mouse. So I can go up, I can go down, and then on the first node or sub, and then on the last sub, all with the mouse from the viewport, which makes a lot of difference when modeling. Okay, so let's continue. Now I need these holes for the legs, but first I will do this. Let's say, okay, let's bring back this UI and then ignore flat edges and something like that. And I'll also change this to crease because I'm gonna use subdivide. But before subdivisions, I'm gonna put a bit more polygons or details here. So when I do subdivide, so that these things are more equal, so these polygons more equal. Okay, so now I need these holes, so I'm gonna look from top somewhere here and then just decide where the legs will be. But basically I just need this here because then I can just mirror. So I'll do that. Again, this is not going to be like perfect like this on this image. Again, it's more of demonstration how to do modeling or how modeling can be done. So let's see. F. Well, I will use point snapping, so I can snap it here. And then Alt T to bridge. And then here I can close these holes, but I need a single polygon. And now I need to connect these edge loops. I need one, and then here two, and then I need knife, like that, like that. Now I could, I was able to do this in a different order, but it really doesn't matter. This is more, as you like to say, destructive modeling, but I actually like to say hybrid modeling, because in essence, pretty much a lot of things can stay procedural, even with this workflow. So now let's mirror. Okay, on that side, and now once again, but now I can change the direction with the shortcuts, so which are here. And I can also move handles, but yeah, so this handle is really powerful, and it's not just for this tool, for many other tools, this is what can be used. Okay, now that I have this, let's see how this looks under the subdivision. So yeah, that's not great. So what I will do, I will go back on this node, and then I'll just add loop here because I need it anyway. I missed this thing. Finish queue. Oops. Like that. Now I can actually say edge percentage. Okay, on this node I need edge percentage. and I can move it like this. So you see, it's still procedural. I can go back and forth, and now this is also updated because Symmetrize works like that. So yeah, this is pretty much as it should be. Maybe here I can add another loop, and I'll add here another and here, because now when I subdivide, I get this kind of result. And let's add a normal. And now this is okay, because when this goes to Solaris, I can use another subdivide, and things gonna be very smooth. Okay, so that's the first part. Now we can start with the leg or legs. So let me go out and bring this up so we can make some room for the legs. Okay, let's go in. And now let me just create this part. So let's go out. Now we can actually create that thing from here, which would be, I believe, spiral. I need a spiral. Or maybe not. Let's try helix. I always forget. So here, helix. Yeah, that's what we need. Let's go inside. And then radius scale. Something like this. Start radius. Height. So let's bring this up, but actually from here, because this is the null of the object. So let's just position it somewhere here, go inside. And now let's see how many turns we need, and then radius scale, something like that. Let's see if there are more options. So this is not like perfectly straight. So let me see, I believe here. Okay, this is for that. Then I need this, okay. Okay, the different size. Something like this. That will do. And now you can see how this can be very helpful. So yeah, UI, it's not that bad as people think. It's just that people don't know what this thing can actually do. And it can do something like this, which is super nice. So before I do anything else, let me just select here and then just sweep everything. And yeah, I think that's gonna be good enough. Let's go to helix now. Maybe height. I just need a little bit less of the height. And yeah, that will do. Okay, let's go for the head. Okay. So again, let's see. Oops. Like that. Okay. Now we can isolate this with spacebar Y. And then come here. And do something like this. But I also want to do this. Now edit is definitely not procedural, so we need to repeat the action so I can grow selection. Okay, this is not going to work. So what I need, so what I will do actually, bring this back, do what I did already, and then use subdivide, but let's just do something like that. So now I can actually make a hole here, like that. And I can use, yes, circle from edges, do that, shrink, extrude, go in, make a loop here, maybe here, match profile, but switch profile. Again, I can use edge percentage if I want to be more precise. And then in this case, I'll just select manually. like that, and then just add a bevel, that crease. Okay, from here. Okay, let's bring back the model and see what we have there. Okay. So now what I can do, I can create some kind of, okay, let's see. Oops. Okay, so now I can extrude inner. And again, I can repeat circle from edges. Now this might, well, this looks okay. So what I will do here, I will do something like this now, just to make it smaller. Okay, yeah, I can extrude now inner. And now the cool thing is, if I want to make this a bit more equal in terms of polygon size, I can actually use on the selection, I can use smooth. Okay, where is my smooth? Polygon. Okay. I made changes. Okay, let me go into my list, and I'll just type smooth. Let's see. It should be there. Smooth. Is there smooth? No. Oh, it's here. Alt G. So you see, that's very helpful. So Alt G, I forgot that I put it on a shortcut. So now we can play with this, and this is perfect. I mean, this is very helpful. So again, I can do something like this. This. Obviously, there are more ways to do this, but yeah, it's, again, I'm just demonstrating the workflow and how I use things. So let's say I want to now use that, and now I can actually use match profile to slide, but match opposite. So I can get this effect, which is very cool. And now if I subdivide, I get this, which is not bad. Now if I go up, so again, if I go up all the way to the box, let's activate it. Now I can, let's see how much I can. Okay, Alt, is it? Yeah, to make it smaller because it's in the way. I don't need that. Can even do this. So you see, this is still procedural. I'm changing the size while all these holes staying, well, circular. And it's kind of cool. So this head is actually much bigger than the body. So yeah, let's say this is fine. I'm happy with this, honestly. So now let's create an eye. So this technique is very common in pretty much all DCCs. So actually let's do this. And now let's actually extract this in another object. Let's freeze like that. And now I can do with this piece whatever I want. And in this case, you know, I'll try using this thing, but I'm gonna change this to quadratic because this looks much better for this case. So now I can just transform, bring it back. Again, I can isolate. I can extrude this a little bit, but with a handle, and then just fill the hole, and boom, voila. I can add a few of these and maybe say HH, extrude inner, and voila, that's an eye. Now I need this part. So with this part, let's see. Okay, this is maybe not perfect, but it's a good enough. It's totally fine, honestly. Actually, let's bring this up a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so for that part here, I can just again reuse. You know what? Let me show you this. Why I think this is great. So if I go inside here, I can go back all the way up and see if I can maybe reuse anything from here, maybe from smooth, very smooth. Okay, here. So if I do that, yeah, let me actually do this. Check this out. So I just need to extract this part. Let me go back again, Alt page down to go back and forth. And now I can just say that. Now another way to actually make sure, and I believe I have it here, yeah. Now to make this work, I need to enable creating context. So now if I say, okay, so now if I would go here, make this, if I would flag this, and then if I go out, this is still visible because output overrides this flag. So I can work also like that, but in this case, what I wanted to do is select this part and then curves from edges. And now this can be extruded. Let's see, outside like that. Let's do that. Also, I can maybe extrude it like this a bit. And then again, extrude maybe like this. But what's that? Okay, let me do that. Now, this is a weird part where this convert line, basically, it's still there. Hardly visible, but it's still there. So what I can do, let me try and hide everything. Okay. And actually, let me just save this like that. Buggy. So actually, I'm not gonna do that. Let's rather than do this. Something like that. Output back. And now I can I'll do bevel on these edges with a crease. Ignore flat edges. Crease. See, that will do. And now I can simply subdivide and get something like this. Of course, this is not super precise, but again, it's about techniques and a workflow. So hopefully that's understandable. So for this part, yeah, let's go to subdivide now, because I want to work with that. I can just extract from any of these and then just create from circle. Again, I can use smooth here to make this look better. Like that. And now let's bring everything. And this can be, okay, let's see. It will do. something like this. Back again. Let me do the second side too. Extrude inner, but to this extent. And again, subdivide once. And yeah, that's gonna be perfect. Okay, now let's go for the legs. Let's save. Again, I can choose. Now I can use Shift V, which is this thing. So now if I double click on a ghosted object, I can jump into that container. And now from here, I can decide what I will reuse. And again, I can just use output. And then if I'm here, in this container, I can work with this mesh. And then once I'm out, I'm getting these results. Okay, I don't want that, so I need different selection. Let's block the selection to only a visible. So again, let's extrude. And now I just need one leg. So here I can move this a little bit in front, up, and then, okay, I can extrude. But instead of extruding like that, I will use the transform extruded front. And then we are getting different results immediately. So I can make this leg. Now I will not say I struggled to make this leg. It was more, okay, how can I make this leg to look good with a good topology and that it makes sense. So I'm not gonna try to repeat this right now. It's gonna take me too much time, but I'll try my best to get something nice. So actually I can show you a nice technique here. So this time I'm gonna use duplicate. Okay, again extrude. Again, different type of extrude. Oops, where is it? Output back because we need it. Something like that. So I can go here, can go back to copy and just make this smaller and bigger in the same time. Come back, actually, use this. Not that. Let's see. So, okay, what I can do here, I can actually use construction plane, and then there is a handle alignment to component, object, world, viewport, construction plane, and now I can bring this back as I want, as I need, okay? So, and I can again extrude the same direction. This is so helpful, having construction plane and using it as a direction for your handle. Super, super handy. So in this case, okay, let's go here. And now let's boolean this. Yeah. How cool is that? Okay, so in this case, I can do this, that, Shift V. Again, this is not going to be perfect. Okay, that's not the goal. It really isn't. So again, here. Just making it all quads. Now I can move this in a few ways. For example, I can go back to poly split, but I can also use this slide, just edge, and do that. And just make things better. Pretty easy. Okay. Let's do that. Maybe something like this now. Oops. Bring it up. Let's bring... Okay, let's bring bevel. Again, I'm gonna use crease because I'm gonna use subdivide. Let's ignore flat edges as much as possible. And let's just subdivide. See what we have. Let's go up. Okay, what do we have here? Let's see. Okay. Okay, so what I can actually do is just this. No big deal. Again, I can fix this manually, pretty easy. And now if I go to bevel, I can actually say pick everything and then just isolate the edges I don't need and then subdivide. Will do its job. Okay, that's nice. Again, not perfect as here, but you get the point. Now with these legs, what I did, if my memory serves me well, again, I will just use output so I can work a bit more flexible. So in this case, where is subdivide? Okay, in this case, let me use these two polygons again. Do that, make it bigger. And now I will duplicate, then again use construction plane to be my direction for the handle. And whoops. Unfortunately, this UI, it's still buggy, so in most cases I just need to remove it. So what's happening again? Construction plane, like that. You see, this is now a bug. Something is bugged and it now annoys me. It always happens when you don't need it for some strange reason. It's ridiculous. But what can you do? Okay. So again, copy and transform. Okay. And I'll do that. Now this is interesting. So now I can actually use this handle to move and to project either to C-plane or the world origin. But actually I'm not gonna do that. So I'll have to use grid and then just bring it down just to be precise. Like that. And make it flat and do that. Now what I want to do is actually this. So I want to bridge it and just be a curved spline like that. And from here I can just simply shape as I see fit this leg. Let's see what I can get. I'm not gonna spend too much time. Again, it's about techniques, so this is one of the techniques. Now I can just peek and get something like that. I can go back to copy, activate copy, and then can do something maybe like this. Okay, let's go back. Let's add a few of these and subdivide, and voila, that's it. So now I can do few things, let's say. what I need now is basically I just need to pretty much copy all of these. But the question is, do I copy one by one or I just merge everything and then duplicate? So let's this time merge everything just for the sake of tutorial. And to merge everything, let's say model, I forgot what's the combined. So Alt Control C, Alt Control C to combine these. Yeah. So what happened now? Okay, that's interesting. That's not what I want. Oops. This is what I want. Okay. And then here I'll just add a null because this merge is a bit buggy, but it's fine. And now I can just select everything, duplicate, making sure that the pivot is in the center, and then do that and just add two more. And boom. Those are legs. And the thing is, I can just simply come here and continue working on these legs, making sure that I have output here, and then make any kind of changes. Let me add something here just for you guys to see. Okay. And why the change will be able to be automatic is because this copy node as a source group has empty field, which means it takes everything from the above. So if I now duplicate this part and then extrude this part like that, maybe do a bit inner or inset to get this, and then maybe I can subdivide for some reason, and then yeah, if I go, but I also wanna output back, go here, this I will have to update, get something like this, maybe go up to add. Okay, but again, I will need to update with reselection, and I would say we are good to go. And now everything is, as you can see, updated. Now for this part, let me show you how I did this, because yeah, this is a bit more complicated. It has a lot of holes, so I'm not gonna do that. It will take a lot of time. We are already 30 minutes. So let me just show you again what we can do. Again, we can reuse. So this is very common technique. So extrude like that, output back. We can, make sure again that our handle is aligned with the construction plane. So this really makes construction plane super powerful, especially when used with the handles to move things around, super powerful. And then, okay, let's go back. Let's make this kind of play that I have. Again, this time a little bit, actually, let's make a hole for fun. Okay, extrude inner. Actually, first I'll just subdivide everything so that I have more to work with. Oops, not that. But actually that. Okay, so I'll just delete. And here, why is this great? Because actually I can change this on the fly. The size of the hole. Oh, it's a bit too big maybe. Okay, like that. Now I can extrude. Just add two divisions, output back, and yeah, I have this kind of plate, which I can subdivide once again. Now, for this cable, it's kind of interesting what we can do. So what I will do is, I will use polygon curve. Yes. And okay, come on. Just please don't crash. Oh my god, no. Okay, guys, so it's a bummer. I lost the file. Houdini crashed. Yeah, these late, like the most actually interesting part is that the first version of Houdini 20 is the most stable and with least modeling issues. So I would suggest you model, if you want to model with the first version. Unfortunately, I lost the file, but I'll show you this last technique. So what I will do this time, I will just do this, okay? I'm not gonna do what I wanted to do, but I'll actually make, let's say, hole here and here. Oops, not that. Let me subdivide once again. I need a bit more mesh. Okay, let's extrude inner edge, curve from edges, and then I can just shrink, delete, and then extrude, add division, output back. That's it. Now, from here, what I can do, I can actually use this now to my advantage. So I'll make this SOP as a reference. And now I'm going to make sure that I have context disabled. Build, create curve polygon. And now I will use, actually, wait. I need to go out. So let's go out. Okay, but first, let's make this. I'll go back. You'll see why. Let me just hide this. Okay, now let's curve Bezier. Let's make this visible, and now I'm gonna use these points like that, and then press K. F to select, K to get the handle, and now just bring this a bit back. Again, I'm not gonna make this perfect, just to show you technique. So I need few things for this. So before I go to the class that I have, let me finish this. Okay, I have this. Now I need yet again creating context and then create spiral or helix. Make it, okay, maybe that turns like that. Leave it inside in the center. And now we go to the form, but the form. So first we select geometry to follow curve. So I believe it's this. Press enter or shift right mouse button and then select curve. And then let's wait a bit. It should do the job. Yeah, so now I just need to, so I can actually, I think I can go here and then just change, yes, to make to a Z direction, and then we get something like this. And now I can play with helix, with turns, with whatever height. Let's bring back here just to see what we are working with. Okay, something like that. Radius scale. It's going to be okay. Now the cool thing is that actually we can continue using the curve from here. So let me just save. And I'll just do this. make sure that I reset operations. And now from here, I can actually say, let's see, C, edit mode, draw mode, and then from here, I can do something like this. But basically, I can continue adding curves. Then I can, of course, sweep and get this result. And all from the viewport. And now I can just do that. And that's it. I'm really sorry that it went this way, but hopefully it's 40 minutes modeling. Even though this is fast, I would say it still takes time. So I'm not gonna redo this tutorial. I think this is good enough demonstration for you guys to decide if you want this to continue. I need to find this file so I can share it with you, so that you can follow Peter. I don't know, it seems that I lost it. So hopefully I can find it. Hopefully Peter has it. But all in all, guys, I hope you liked it, how this actually works. And yeah, please make a comment, subscribe, or simply move on to another DCC and leave Houdini behind when it comes to modeling. Or maybe if you guys want private lessons, I believe that's the fastest way to learn this. Right now I'm having a lesson with Keenan, so I have to leave. And guys, yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, let me know, guys, what you think. Hopefully you like some parts. So guys, take care.